A wonderful morning to you and welcome to the Morning Drive on Providence Television International. My name is Ogbebo Ikikwa. It's quite a new week and yes, we really have all our aspirations for the week. It is my basic wish and the wish from everyone in the studio here that your basic heart's desires are met. On this note, we'll be starting off with the newspaper review on the Morning Drive. I will be going straight to the New Telegraph newspapers, where we have on the front page, transport costs. Nigerians appeal for federal government's intervention as airfares skyrocket. And still on the front page of the New Telegraph newspapers, 13% derivation, oil producing states earning rise 87.6% to 901.19 billion naira. Still on the front page of the New Telegraph newspapers, federal government reviews BASA open skies for United Arab Emirates, signs fifth freedom rights. We move to the Matrix newspapers, where we have on the front page, season of strikes, health, academic activities grounded as Nasu Ssanu to begin strike over 4 months with withheld salaries. And from that story, we'll be moving to the screaming header on the front page of the Matrix newspaper, purchase of aircraft. Prioritize Tinubu's safety. Presidency tells Nigerians. Says newly acquired plane is Nigeria's property, not Tinubu's. Reveals Nigeria spending bogus amount of money on aircraft maintenance, just as the Borno State Speaker is saying that Shetima's life is at risk. He urgently needs a new aircraft. We move from that story to the front page of the Nigerian News Direct, where NLC blames IMF, World Bank for federal government's decision to remove subsidy. Says advisories, policy recommendations are responsible for present economic woes. And on the front page still of the Nigerian News Direct, Dangote invests over $280 million in CNG trucks and infrastructure. 4 months withheld salaries. Anxiety as Nasu and Ssanu begin a nationwide strike today. We move from that story to the front page of the Daily Times, where we also have a screaming header, Nasu Ssanu declare indefinite nationwide strike. And riders to that effect regrets that in spite of President Tinubu's approval for 50% 4 months withheld salaries to be paid, none of its members had received any payment. We move from that story to the front page of the Voice of Liberty. Power outage, deliberate move to destroy region. This is coming from the coalition of northern groups. And still on the front page of the Voice of Liberty, NDLEA intercepts US-Europe bound in shoe soles, 16.68 billion opioids. We move from that story to the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. We have a scribbled header there which says Nigeria's 134.3 trillion naira debt overhang, servicing costs undermine private investments and economic growth. We move from the Nigerian Tribune to the Guardian newspapers. On the front page of the Guardian newspapers, we have RMAFC faults high cost of governance, seeks better prudence. From that, we move to the front page of the Daily Trust newspapers. On the front page of the Daily Trust newspapers, hardship bites harder as North enters 8th day without electricity. Services grounded in hospitals and labs. Residents, frozen food dealers count losses. Still on the front page of the Daily Trust newspapers, high cost, low sales at petrol stations as citizens abandon vehicles. And then we have other stories on the front page of the Daily Trust. 7 die in Abuja, building collapse. We move from the Daily Trust newspapers to the Punch newspapers. Again, universities face lockdown as workers begin strike today. Still on the front page of the Punch newspapers, NSCDC arrests illegal Chinese miners in Nasarawa State. We move to the front page of the Vanguard newspapers, where we have pressure mounts on the Naira, falls to 1,740 Naira in parallel markets. And then the NLC is saying to the IMF, you are behind Nigeria's economic woes. Helicopter crash, why we haven't found critical components. This is coming from the NSIB. We move from the Vanguard newspapers to the Daily Independent newspapers. On the front page of the Daily Independent newspapers, we have experts list how federal government can ramp up production, attract investment, list solution to underwhelming agri sector performance. And then another story on the front page of the Daily Independent, Niger Delta agitators threaten to shut down oil installations. And that's the newspaper review on the morning drive for today. But don't go away as the newspaper analysis comes up next.